going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning into my channel again, Dragon Rage videos, and I've got another Pokemon Moon Wi-Fi battle, and I am trying out a new team this time. So my opponent is Sean, and he's got some pretty big threats, mainly the Blaziken, the Lando team, and the Kommo. So let's go ahead and jump right into this battle, and we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'm going to actually lead off with my Polysand. I want to get the rocks up because his team is pretty much has a lot of Pokemon weak to Stealth Rocks. So there's my Polysand, a nice shiny Polysand, one of my favorite shinies of Generation 7. So he's actually going to go ahead and send out his Blaziken straight off the bat, and this is definitely the biggest threat on his team. So he's going to go straight for the Swords Dance. He's not mucking around. So I was contemplating if I should go for an Earth Power or Stealth Rock. I decided in the long run the Stealth Rock is going to be a bit more beneficial for me in this battle. But he does have a Sword Dance Speed Boost Blaziken facing me down, so it is very scary. At this point I pretty much thought I was going to get swept here. I'm going to send out my Toxapex anyway, just to see what he wants to do, and he is going to go for a knockoff. And that takes me under 50% health, and he's going to knock off my Black Sludge. And he's pretty much going to finish off my Toxapex with a high jump kick. And he does land it, so Toxapex goes down. Unfortunately, that is the sacrifice I had to make to get in my Mimikyu. So I'm going to send in my Mimikyu now. He does have the disguise, so he can take one hit. And he is just going to go for another knockoff. So my disguise is broken. Mimikyu's head is going to flop down. He looks very sad, very upset. I didn't decide to set up. I just went straight for an attacking move in Shadow Claw. And does about 50% health to Blaziken. And I'm just going to go ahead and fire off the priority Shadow Sneak here. So there's the Shadow Sneak. I do land the crit, which was, I think, didn't matter. He's just going to go for a Flare Blitz anyway. So in doing so, he does take out my Mimikyu, but luckily his Blaziken goes down as well. So that was the biggest threat on his team, and I thought I was going to get swept by it, but lucky me, he took himself out. So I'm going to take this opportunity to send out my Ninetales now. Definitely want to get the Aura Veil up as soon as possible. He is going to send out his Lando team. So these things generally like to be Choice Scarfed. I didn't know if it was Choice Scarfed, but I took the risk anyway. So he's going to take a bit of Stealth Rock damage and get the Intimidate off, but it doesn't really matter. So I am going to go for the Aura Veil here, and I do outspeed, so he's actually not Scarfed. So there's the Aura Veil, and he's going to go for a Rock Slide. And even though I do have that boost in defense, it does half my health. So I'm not going to play around. I'm just going to go ahead and fire off the Freeze Ray here. And that's a dead-ass Lando. So Lando T has gone down. So two major threats, the Blaziken and Lando, are done for. He's going to send out his Staraptor here. And this is the reason I wanted to get my rocks up. Because as I said earlier, his team is pretty weak to rocks. So I'm actually going to switch out and send out my Incineroar. I am going to get the Intimidate off. And he's going to go ahead and fire off a Brave Bird. So with the Intimidate and with the Aura Veil, that doesn't really do too much damage, about 25%. And he's going to get buffed by the Hail, and so is my Incineroar, but that's perfectly fine. So at this point I am going to click Darkest Barrier. He is actually going to U-turn out of here. So it does a bit more chip damage to my Incineroar. And unfortunately for him, he's going to send out his Heliolisk, take a bit of Stealth Rock damage. And the Heliolisk is very, very good in special defense. Unfortunately, he's very frail in the defensive side. So one Darkest Lariat is actually able to take it out. So he's got 3 more Pokemon left. So he's going to send out his Staraptor. And those Stealth Rock damage is really racking up now on that poor bird. So I decided to stay in only because I do have the Aura Veil up, and I thought I can take this damage. Unfortunately, he does manage to land a crit. And that's more than enough to take out my Incineroar. So down goes Incineroar, but he did take out the Heliolisk, so that's perfectly fine. And I'm going to actually take this opportunity now to set up my Flygon. So I do have Dragon Dance on this Flygon. So he's just going to go ahead and go for another Brave Bird. I still have the Aura Veil up. And I'm just going to go ahead and just start clicking the A button. So Dragon Claw all the way. So there's a Dragon Claw. Staraptor is down. So he's going to actually send out his second last Pokemon, which is the Tornadus. And after the Stealth Rock's damage, a +1 Dragon Claw is able to take it out. And his last Pokemon is the Como. And because of the Dragon Dance, I am able to outspeed, and I am just going to go ahead and click another Dragon Claw, guys, and that's the game. So that was a fun little battle. I really hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Thanks for watching, and thanks to my opponent, and I'll catch you guys all in the next upload.